There's another way to consistently generate new sales and grow your business that doesn't rely on funnels. It's called the Scale and Prosper Follow-Up Framework. This framework can allow you to create predictable and repeatable results that can help you grow your business, while also allowing you to multiply the efficiency of how your business operates, all without having to rely on hiring more staff or contractors to support this new growth. There's not going to be anything to buy or opt in to get this framework. I'm going to give it to you completely for free in this video. This video is for business owners who want to figure out how to get better results from their online marketing efforts. You could have some experience with email marketing already, or you have some email automation set up in your business. And now you want to figure out what else you could be doing to be getting better results. What we're going to cover here can apply to any business. You don't necessarily have to be an online business to find these strategies useful. You could be a service-based business, physical store, consultant, professional, or any small business. This video is not going to be a technical tutorial or a sales pitch. There's not going to be anything to buy here. The concepts we're going to go over will apply to any email marketing platform. It doesn't matter what software you use to send out your emails or if you don't have any yet. This video will be just like a mini workshop. I don't want this to be another video that you passively sit through and watch without getting anything out of it. To help make sure you do get something out of this, feel free to have something ready to write your ideas down as you watch, take notes, enjoy a snack, and have something refreshing to sip on as you watch this. Here's the 4 main things we're going to cover throughout this video. In the first section, I'm going to explain why marketing funnels are overrated and why you're missing the bigger picture of everything going on in your business if you're only focused on your marketing funnels to create new growth. Second, I'm going to go over how you can leverage automated emails to grow your business with the same amount of effort as sending out one email to a single person. Many people think email marketing or automating emails in your business is going to be complicated or expensive. The truth is, it's not. I'm going to show you here how easy it is. And here I'm also going to give you a trick that you can use to quickly write emails, even if you don't consider yourself a writer or a marketer. That makes it super easy. Next, I'm going to go over the Scale and Prosper Follow-Up Framework. Here I'm going to show you my business growth framework and how it can help you achieve exponential growth within your business when it's implemented correctly. Last, I'm going to show you how the real fortune in your business comes from your email follow-up and why this is so important if you're interested in scaling your business. In this section, we're also going to be going over a worksheet that you'll get. This worksheet will serve as a roadmap for you to follow and will guide you through how to add automated follow-up throughout all the different areas of your business. This worksheet will also give you over 51 ideas of email follow-up that you can implement throughout all the different areas of your business. Now, if you think automating your email follow-up isn't for you or this doesn't apply to your business, I wanted to take a second to talk about why automating emails and having automated email follow-up in place is so important. For B2B based businesses, on average, it takes 7 to over 13 points of contact for a lead to convert into a paying customer. Only 8% of businesses will follow up more than 5 times with a lead, which means roughly 92% of the time, businesses will give up right before their chance to make a sale is about to happen. Regardless of the type of business or industry that you're in, as a society, we've never been more distracted than we are today. Our phones, running your own business, your family, kids, life, your spouse, media, distractions, Netflix, social media, your interests, the list never ends here. And we're only getting more distracted as technology keeps progressing and becoming more ingrained with our daily lives. If you're not consistently following up with your leads and customers, it's only natural that they're going to end up forgetting about you over time. It doesn't matter if you're B2B, B2C, or any type of business. Email and email marketing is the most effective way that you can follow up with your audience. The digitization of our society is only accelerating faster from here on out. If you can't keep up as a business, you're going to get left behind, as so many businesses have already. If you're investing heavily in paid ads to acquire leads, that's fantastic. If you don't have the right email follow-up in place after to convert those leads into customers and ongoing repeat customers consistently, your return on what you're spending is much lower than what it could be if you were. This is why after you do pay to acquire a lead, following up with them effectively is so important. Another common problem among many businesses is employees manually sending out follow-up emails to leads and customers at certain stages. Or you could be the person doing this as the business owner. The truth is, there's only so many emails you or somebody else can handle at once. This isn't a scalable or reliable process. Now, let's visualize what this looks like for a second. Let's say you have 30 leads you're following up with over this month, and you have 20 customers that your business is currently working with. 30 leads times 7 points of contact is 210 emails. Let's be generous and say each of these emails somehow only takes 10 minutes to write and complete before they're considered done. Spread out over the whole month, it doesn't seem like that much, but when you add them all up together, this alone equals 35 hours spent sending simple follow-up emails to these leads. This is basically a full week of your time or one full week from a full-time employee. How much would that time be worth for your business? If you're a larger business with a larger team, this time wasted can be multiplied based on how many people you have doing this. If what you're selling is more complex, let's say each email takes 30 minutes to send to a prospect, that's 105 hours spent on follow-up over the whole month, which equals 2.5 weeks of time from one person. This doesn't even include any of the time spent working with existing customers, following up on past due payments, and everything else going on in a business. I'm not saying automation takes care of everything here or that having real conversations with people is bad. If a prospect or customer is ready to have a conversation with you, the automation takes care of the work by sending out the first point of follow-up to them. The follow-up can look like a personal email sent from you or somebody at your company. And when the prospect indicates they're ready to have a conversation by replying to that automated email that was sent to them, this tees up opportunities for great conversations that you or your team can then have with that person. This also saves you and your team from manually reaching out to unqualified leads who don't want to have a conversation with you to begin with. Another reason why this is so important is every business has a breaking point. This is where your business essentially breaks when it takes on too many customers at once. This leaves the business not able to grow past a certain point. Most businesses aren't able to do this because they're not built to scale. Leveraging marketing automation in the right way can allow you to take on more customers at once because fulfilling and delivering your product or service is much more efficient. Before I dive into the first section, I wanted to quickly talk about how your email follow-up can help you scale your business and what it can do for you. The fact is, email marketing has the highest return on investment that you can get compared to all other marketing activities that you can engage in as a business. Unlike organically posting on social media, which only allows you to get in front of a tiny sliver of your audience, when it comes to your email list, you have full control and ownership over your email list. You can email everyone on your list at any time, as many times as you want, without having to pay for it. Your list can't be taken away from you or controlled by an algorithm that you have no control over. A study by a company called Litmus researched the return on investment of email marketing efforts in 2019 across multiple industries. The study found that for every dollar that a company invests in email marketing, they receive a return of $42 on average. When you set up your emails to go out automatically and leverage marketing automation efficiently, it gives you an exponential return on your investment because that email can repeat itself over and over. Let's say, as an example, when you have a new lead, you can trigger off a series of emails that are sent anytime a new lead is added to your list. And this follow-up then helps convert 30% of your leads into customers. This all happens not only once, but 100 times, 1,000 times, or even tens of thousands of times over, all with no added effort or time from you or your employees. Being able to set up automated emails like this is part of what's known as the term marketing automation. A lot of people think marketing automation only applies to nurturing leads into customers or scheduling out emails to go out ahead of time. That's only a tiny part of what's possible. The truth is you can get marketing automation to help you throughout all areas of your business. This can allow you and your employees to spend more of your time on higher value activities, so you can all focus on making more of an impact while spending less time on busy work. Once all of the areas of your business are automated efficiently, this gives you dependable and repeatable systems that allow you to scale your business with no added resources, instead of having to only rely on hiring more people to achieve new growth in your business. This is where you can get automation to work for you, and when done correctly, you can have marketing automation become your best employee that works 24/7 for you, effectively allowing you to multiply the effectiveness of your business. Now, this might sound like a lot if you haven't done anything like this before. Trust me, it's really not. All you need to do is take one step at a time. In the rest of this video, I'm going to show you how you can do this with your business, all without having to hire a copywriter or an expensive marketing consultant to be able to do it. A quick intro and background about myself. My name is Andrew Fund. I got my start as a digital marketer in 2010. Since then, I've worked with hundreds of businesses and improving their online marketing efforts. I was the previous co-founder and head of marketing for a membership software called Memberium that we launched in 2014. We reached 7 figures in under 3 years. It quickly became one of the leading membership platforms that's used by some of the biggest internet marketers in the world. I've sent out over 25 million emails through Infusionsoft and helped generate over $1 million in recurring revenue each year since then. With this, I've learned a lot and I've made a lot of mistakes. After all of this, the one thing I do know for certain is that email marketing and automating your email follow-up is one of the most effective ways to grow and scale any business. Here's a quick recap of what we're going to cover throughout the rest of this video. I'm not going to read through all of them again. Let's move on to the first section. When you focus on marketing funnels, the problem is marketing funnels only focus on what's involved in making a sale and doesn't include anything about the experience someone has in using your product or service. Now, don't get me wrong, this is important, especially early on when you're just getting started. After a certain point though, this will only get you so far as a business. As an example here, can you try to think of a bad experience you've had with the company when they had oversold a product or service you had bought? Try to visualize that moment and think about how you felt. Did you ever end up buying anything from that company again? Unless that company went out of their way to make you happy after, I bet your answer is no. You probably also told a ton of other people about the bad experience you had with that company. The point here is you can have a great performing marketing funnel where your funnel converts, let's say, more than 40% of your traffic into buyers. But at the end of the day, if all you're selling is snake oil, you'll only be able to grow your business to a certain point until you have enough pissed off people that will end up putting you out of business. And this is especially true with how easy it is to share anything on the internet today and how easy it is to be sued. Another point is funnels don't capture how you build a relationship with someone over time and the value this can bring your company. One of the key drivers of your business's growth will be the experience customers have in using your product or service. Their experience with your product or service will be one of the main factors that determine the type of relationship they have with you and your company. It's also going to be one of the main factors that will determine if they want to continue doing business with you or not. Another point is funnels don't take into account the lifetime value of a customer. Acquiring a new customer can be 5 times more expensive than selling something to an existing customer of yours. The lesson here is it's a lot easier to sell more things to people who've already bought something from you than it is to strangers. This is why it's more important to stay focused on the longer-term relationship with any customer instead of trying to squeeze them through a single funnel and maximize the value you get from a single transaction with them. An example of a company that focuses heavily on their longer-term relationship with their customers is Amazon. They relentlessly pursue their goal of providing the best possible experience for their customers while also providing the most amount of value to them over the long term. A lot of business owners think email marketing or automating emails like I'm talking about will be complicated and expensive if they're not a writer or don't have much marketing experience. The truth is, it's not. Here I'm going to show you how easy it really is and give you a simple trick you can use. The truth is, if you can have a conversation with someone about your business and you can browse the internet, you can write and set up automated emails just like I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a simple example here. Let's say 1 week after you talk to somebody on the phone, or they had filled out a contact form on your website a week ago, you could send them an automated follow-up email like this after. Hey Jill, it's been about a week since we last talked and I wanted to check in with you. Did you have any other questions I could help answer for you? I'm here to help if you need it. I'd love to hear what you think after our last conversation. Thanks, Andrew. P.S. If you can't think of anything, here's a link to a short article that a lot of our past customers have found really useful before they got started. You can see this is a really simple email that would be easy to come up with. It sounds like it's coming from a real person. Of course, what you're going to say in your emails will vary based on your business. The point is, when you're writing emails, you can write them just like you'd be having a one-on-one conversation with someone. And you would write just like you'd talk. The same idea applies to all copy that you use to promote your business. You can take real-life conversations that you're having with your prospects or past emails you've manually sent that have led to sales, and you can turn those into automated emails, just like the one I just showed you. Your emails don't have to be fancy with a bunch of images or be professionally designed. The emails that get the best results most of the time only use words, just like that example I just showed you. The beauty of this is once you have one email written, you can then add that to your marketing automation platform and have that email repeat itself over and over again automatically without you ever having to write or manually send that email ever again. And this doesn't only apply to emails that you send, it can also apply to everyone in your company. The amount of time this can save is huge. You also get to enjoy the benefits of always following up with all of your prospects and your customers at the right time. As an example, can you think of a time when you contacted a business only to never hear from them again? Or it could be you bought something from a business and then you never heard from them again. If that business had taken the time to follow up with you, there's probably a good chance you would have bought something if you had heard back from them. And because they didn't follow up with you, you probably completely forgot about that business because, hey, life happens. There's so many things competing for our attention in 2021, not to mention everything going on in our own lives, that it's only natural for people to forget about your business. And this is why following up with your prospects and customers is so important. Email and your email list is the one communication channel that you have full control over. It allows you to follow up with anyone on your email list anytime you want without having to pay for it. This is where you can get automation to work for you. And when done correctly, marketing automation can become your best employee that works 24/7 for you. Here I'm going to share some easy ideas you can implement as email follow-up in your business. If you're thinking you can't grow your email list or you've had trouble with this in the past, these ideas should help make it easy for you. So here's the simplest one. This one's really easy. How many new people do you and your employees talk to on a daily basis within your business? I bet it's a lot. You can ask anyone new that your business comes into contact with, do you want to join our email list to get helpful info from us in the future? Or do you want to join our list to get this guide or anything helpful that you have? You can also follow up with anyone who fills out your website's contact form the same way. This is a great way to start building your email list. After, anytime somebody gets added to your list, they'll then get a series of emails automatically after that follows up with them. A mistake people sometimes make is they think they need to have a big elaborate sequence in place with a ton of emails set up to have an automated sequence like this. The truth is you don't have to. You can get started writing 2 to 4 emails to use just as a start. Here we want to take baby steps. Any automated emails published and in place within your business is going to be better than having 0 in place. At the end of this video, we're going to go through an exercise. I'll give you a worksheet that will help you map out your follow-up. It will also give you more than 51 ideas that you can use for inspiration. Another lesson is that just because your emails are automated, you don't have to make them sound like they're being sent from a robot. A secondary goal of your automated emails is to start real conversations with people on your list. Remember that simple example we just went over? Another idea that you can use is to ask questions that are designed to start conversations with your prospects or customers in your follow-up emails. If that prospect or person is ready, they'll send a response back with their questions, objections, or feedback. This then tees up a great opportunity for you or somebody on your team to answer their question, start a conversation, and they can help move them forward in the next step they have to take with you. Or you can just help them with whatever they need help with. And after, that person will appreciate your response because a lot of companies won't take the time to send a thoughtful response from a real person. Another simple idea for follow-up emails that you can send out is educational content. If you've been running your business for a while, you have a ton of expertise and knowledge that you can share with people. You can educate your prospects about how using your product or service can help them. Everyone loves learning. Everyone hates being sold to. If you think about what useful knowledge you have that you could share, you can come up with a lot of ideas this way. Now, another thing business owners sometimes get held up on with all of this is the tech side of things when it comes to automating emails. And so if you think automating emails like this would be too hard for you or your team, here's a quick example of how easy automating emails is with ActiveCampaign. In this example, let's say we have a lead. It's been 1 week since they filled out a contact form or opt-in form on your website. You could also set this up to be sent out to people you talk to in person or on the phone after you collect their email address. You add a simple timer with, say, let's say this email is sent out 1 week after. Then you would copy and paste what you wrote for an email in the easy drag and drop email editor, and the email is automated after. You can daisy chain more emails together like this after, and you can set a set amount of time between each of them. For instance, 2 days later, send the next email, 3 days later, send the next one, and so forth. That's it. Anytime you have a lead like this in the future, they'll automatically get the series of follow-up emails after. Okay, easy, right? And so once you have one email in place, you can add more emails over time throughout the different areas of your business. The other cool part is you can start and stop different sequences when a person buys a specific product or takes a certain action. Or vice versa, you can start and stop different sequences if they don't buy a specific product or if they don't take a specific action that you want them to. A lot of marketing automation platforms that are available today make automating emails like this really easy, especially ActiveCampaign. Now we're moving on to the most exciting part. Here I'm going to show you my business growth framework that you can follow and implement yourself. I'm going to also show you how automated emails are one of the main ingredients that makes it work. You're not going to have to pay anything to get this framework. I'm going to give it to you completely for free in this video. It's similar to the idea of a growth flywheel with a few differences. So summarizing how this works, this first whole section represents a customer's first time doing business with you. This could be their first time buying a product or a service from you, or if you're selling a paid subscription, this represents the first billing period of their subscription. The main goal here is to make sure they have a great experience. So ideally, they end up becoming a repeat customer of yours, an advocate, or both. The real money in your business comes from customers making ongoing repeat purchases and continuing to do business with you over time. The overall goal is to make sure they have a great experience first, so they can get to the point where they can decide that they're going to purchase something else from you or keep their subscription active. Because if they don't have a good experience, it's almost guaranteed that they're not going to buy something from you again, or they're also not going to end up referring other people to your business. The other part that makes all of this work is your follow-up, which is automated by your business's marketing automation platform. In each of these points, you can have automated follow-up in place to help you accomplish all of these individual goals at each point. And when you have sequences in place across all of these areas on the whole map, you can multiply your efficiency as a business. Okay, let's start from the beginning here and go into each of these in detail. So at the top, you have traffic with new people going into your funnel who've never heard of you. You also have people who are word of mouth referrals and other referral traffic. Your referral traffic will generally be much higher quality traffic compared to people who've never heard of you. Referral traffic is going to convert at a much higher rate in a much shorter amount of time when compared to completely cold traffic on average. Notice there's this advocate generated traffic coming in here at the top. We're going to talk more about this shortly, and we'll come back to why this is important. And so with all of your traffic, some end up becoming leads. They're all followed up with through your automated follow-up in place here, and some of them end up becoming new customers. This is where normal marketing funnels stop. And so once somebody becomes a new customer, they're going to start using your product or service. There's different steps to activate a new customer once they've made their first purchase. This section represents how you'll fulfill and deliver your product or service to them. Now, depending on what you're selling, these steps can be simpler or more complex when compared to what's depicted here. The point is, you want to help get them started as quickly as possible and make sure they have a good experience as quickly as possible. I'm generally saying good experience here. And this also means you want to start helping them achieve the desired result or outcome they had originally wanted when they first purchased your product or service. And so at this point, here's a couple different examples of follow-up that could be automated here. You could send a reminder to log in for the first time if you're selling a course or software product, an email sent reminding them to submit the required information you need to fulfill your service to get started. You could send a pre-recorded video or short series of videos with instructions for them to follow about the next steps they should take. You could send a reminder to book a time for their first appointment and get that scheduled if you're offering a service. An email notice sent to your employees reminding them to start fulfilling this specific part of the order if it's something you need to do on your end after they become a customer. And so after this, you can send out other emails to help make sure they complete the rest of your basic onboarding steps, help them get the most out of the product or service that they just purchased. A trick here is you can apply tags through your marketing automation platform when your customers complete each of these specific milestones. And then you can send out your specific email follow-up accordingly. For example, if they complete all of the activation steps, they won't get any of the email reminders reminding them to complete the steps because they already finished them. On the other hand, if they don't complete the specific activation steps, that's when you can have email reminders about these steps go out to them until they finish these specific steps. The customer doesn't necessarily have to complete all of these steps to move on to the next step here. Ideally, you want them to complete as many of your activation steps as possible. This process is going to vary based on what you're selling. If you're a lawyer, contractor, or professional, obviously you want to deliver everything that you've agreed on with that customer. On the other hand, if you're selling an info product or any other product like that, a customer doesn't have to use 100% of the features in your product to have a good experience with it. They could just use one tiny feature or one small part, and that could be enough to make them happy or give them an outcome that they're happy with. And after your product has been fulfilled and a certain amount of time has passed, it then comes down to 2 root questions that your customers will ask themselves. Did I get enough positive value from this product or service? Did I have a good experience? Their answer here is going to be a yes or a no. And the other magic question here is going to be, how do you find out what type of experience they had at this point? You can send out an automated email asking them how was their experience once they've hit a certain milestone. For example, this could be when all of your product or your service has been fulfilled or enough time has passed where they've been able to use your product sufficiently, you could then send the email. And this could be as simple as sending an email with one question and a few links to click, asking them what type of experience they had, just like this simple example shown here. And then, based on their answer, you can then send the correct type of follow-up after. If they had a good experience, you can send one type of follow-up. If it's bad, you can send another. So if their answer is a clear no and they are disappointed, that means they most likely aren't going to buy something from you again. This also means they're probably not going to refer anyone to do business with you since they had a bad experience. This is where they end up becoming what's known as a detractor. As a quick side note, this is why activating your customers and making sure they actually use your product or service in the beginning is so important. Because if they don't use it at all, this also means they're never going to buy anything from you again or become an advocate. Because they'll say, hey, I bought this thing from this person, but I never used it, and it doesn't make sense to buy the other thing because I never did use the other thing. You'd be surprised at how many people buy something only to never end up using it. This is especially a big problem with digital products like courses, online training programs, ebooks, and apps. Having automated follow-up in place here, as we've gone over, can help reduce this from happening. When someone does indicate they have a bad experience, this gives you a last chance to see if you can fix the issue they had and try to turn them around. Based on them clicking that they had a bad or a negative experience, here you can use automation to notify somebody on your team that this customer had a bad experience and to have them reach out to this customer and see if there's any way you can help them. Now, realistically, we won't be able to make everybody happy this way. So the other goal of doing this is to collect feedback about why the customers were not satisfied, to find out what happened, and then catalog this feedback for future reference. You'll then be able to use this feedback to improve your product or service over time. And as your business grows, the experience your customers have is going to change as you take on more customers at the same time. You'll want to have a way to systematically collect feedback from your customers to monitor the experience they have with your products. And having this process automated allows you to do that. Okay, going back to where we left off on the map, if a new customer here says yes, they did get enough positive value from using your product and had a good overall experience, 2 things happen. This leads to much better odds of them making another purchase from you again, or staying on as a paid subscriber if you're selling subscriptions. This also gives you a much better chance of them sending you referrals and supporting your brand in other ways that can benefit you. Someone like this is known as an advocate or promoter. At this point, we can automatically tag them as an advocate in our marketing automation platform since they clicked that they did have a good experience. And so at this point, you can ask them to leave you a testimonial, a public review on Google, or any other review platform that's important for you. You could also ask, is there anything else I could help you with, or anything else you need help with, or any questions you had? You could ask them for referrals. Most businesses rely primarily on word of mouth referrals, yet they don't have a systematic way to generate more of them. Using this strategy alone, you could do that. Another idea is you can ask them to participate in a case study about their experience, or you could ask them to help support you in other ways that's important to you. Here's an example of how this can work with an automated email that could be queued up here at this stage. Or you can use whatever review site is currently most important to your business. Or if you want to collect testimonials, you could send them to a form on your website to submit their testimonials directly to you. This is what I refer to as advocate-generated content and traffic. This content that's generated by your advocates can serve as valuable marketing assets for your business that you can use over the long term. And so these are things like testimonials, reviews, case studies, user-generated content, backlinks, and social shares. And in turn, this advocate-generated content also helps influence all other traffic that visits your business in the future. Before a new customer decides if they're going to want to do business with you, they're going to do their homework. And they're going to research your business on the internet, find out what other people are saying about you and your company. This is especially true if you're a service provider or professional, or anytime someone's thinking about making a sizable investment with you. And when you have testimonials, reviews, case studies, and content generated from customers who've had a good experience with you, all of this helps influence their buying decision, no matter what traffic source it's coming from. You can also engineer features within your products that are designed to help you generate more advocate-generated traffic from your customers. These are things like usage-based referrals, built-in virality within your product, usage milestone rewards, gamification, and others. This is where you can achieve exponential growth with your business when done right. I'll share some examples of this in the next section here in just a second. And so the overall idea here is the more happy customers that you have, the more advocate-generated traffic you'll be able to generate. Now, going back to where we were on the framework map, at this point in the journey, this represents where a customer is deciding if they're going to make their first repeat purchase or purchase an additional product from you. If you're selling subscriptions, this point could represent their first billing renewal. And so their experience up to this point will determine whether they buy from you again or stay on as a paid subscriber. And so if they don't buy from you again right away here, that isn't a bad thing necessarily. If they did have a good experience initially, they could become an advocate for your brand, and over time, they could come back and buy something from you again. If you have the right follow-up in place, this can help remind them to come back and make an additional purchase when the timing is right. If there's a next logical step for them to take after using a specific product or service of yours, you can let them know with your follow-up after this point. If you're selling subscriptions, this is what makes subscriptions so great, which makes it like they're automatically purchasing something from you again each time their subscription renews. So let's assume here that somebody has made their second purchase at this stage, or they're a paid subscriber on their second billing period. And so to keep them on as a customer and have them to keep doing business with you, you'll want a combination of these 4 areas to be met. First is engagement. This means your customers are actually using your product or service and are engaged somehow. Value. This basically means the perceived value they're getting from your product or service outweighs the cost that they're paying for it. Their value can also come from the result or outcome they get from using your product or service and the perceived value they have of that. Satisfaction. This is how happy they are with everything altogether. Last is renewal. When someone considers if they want to repurchase something from you or have their subscription renew, they're going to ask themselves again, do I really want this to renew or buy this other thing from this company? Their decision to repurchase or continue will be based on their experience up to this point, which is a combination of the other 3 areas in the circle. Marketing automation and your automated follow-up can be used to help improve all 4 of these areas. And when you can achieve success in all of these areas, you get a flywheel that can automatically create new advocate-generated traffic going back into your business. And when you have the right follow-up in place, this allows you to have one customer that can help you then generate 2 new customers. Then those 2 customers can help you generate 4 new customers. Those 4 over time can help you generate 16 new customers. And when done effectively, this allows your growth to continue compounding exponentially over time. So taking a quick step back here, at the root of all of this working is a good customer experience. If you don't have a good customer experience to begin with, your customers are going to be much less likely to want to refer others to your product or service. Let's dive into some real-world examples of this to show you how this can work. After, we're going to map out your follow-up using the same framework, and we'll think of some ideas you can use in your business. The first example, Dropbox. Early on at Dropbox, they tried a lot of different things to grow right after they launched. They did what everybody typically recommends that they do at this time: do a big public launch at a TechCrunch event, hire an expensive marketing agency, focus on paid ads, affiliate marketing, run lots of different experiments, all the things. And so after trying paid ads for a while and lots of different approaches there, they found out their cost to acquire a new customer through AdWords was $233 to $388 for a $99 a year product. And so despite this, they realized they were still growing, and it took them a while to realize where this growth was coming from. Eventually, they figured out most of the growth was coming from the great experience their product delivered and referrals from happy users. And so they also did this through built-in virality in their product. They had a referral reward where if you referred one person to Dropbox, you would get an extra 500 megabytes of storage, and the person you referred would also get an extra 500 megabytes of storage. This step was also included as an activation step in the product's onboarding. And if you ever shared a file with somebody through Dropbox, that would also introduce that person to Dropbox if they hadn't heard about it. And so from September of 2008, they went from 100,000 registered users to January of 2010, over 4 million users. And so the 2 strategies mentioned above drove 55% of these new signups, effectively giving users acquired this way a cost per acquisition of $0. By design, Zoom has a growth flywheel built directly into its business model. And so by now, the whole world has heard about Zoom, and you're probably more than sick of it, but there is something to be marveled at with how they've been able to grow. So part of how it works is happy customers send a Zoom meeting link, inviting other new people to join their meetings. This allows more new people to hear about it. These people then create their own free Zoom accounts and invite other new people to their own meetings. And this process repeats itself over and over, exponentially creating more new customers, the more people that use it. And so before the pandemic started, Zoom went from 10 million users per day in December 2019 to over 300 million daily users by mid-April of 2020. They've made it as easy as possible for new people to get started with their product. Anyone can join for free and quickly start having a good experience using Zoom. Zoom's automated emails and use of automation were a key ingredient that allowed them to scale. From emails about meeting invites, your meeting's about to start in 10 minutes, onboarding emails, activating new users, converting free users into paid customers, getting existing customers to upgrade, referring new users, and more. A lot of this was driven by their email follow-up. And if they didn't have automated emails in place, they wouldn't have been able to scale as they did this past year. So the main lesson here is throughout all of these examples, over time, one customer can end up creating more than one new additional customer through these strategies. The idea to relate back to your business is how can you take one happy customer of yours and figure out how they can help you create more than one new customer back? Ideally, 2 or more new customers. This is what allows your growth to compound over time without having to rely on traditional traffic sources to generate new traffic and constantly feed your marketing funnels. And so at this point, if you're thinking, okay, Andrew, this is cool, but it doesn't apply at all to my business. I'm a lawyer or a brick and mortar store or another business. Let's look at the most common way that small businesses rely on attracting new customers. Okay, it's not a secret. The number one answer for most businesses is word of mouth referrals. And despite being the number one thing that fuels new growth in most businesses don't have anything in place to help them systematically generate more word of mouth referrals. As an example here, let's assume you could generate 10% more new customers each month just from word of mouth referrals from your existing customers. Let's also assume you could do this for 10 months. If you could do this in just under 10 months, you could double the size of your current business. So, as a question for you, what systems and processes do you have in place to generate more word of mouth referrals within your business right now? If you don't have any now, this could be some low-hanging fruit that you could easily pick off and automate in your business. Here's how this can work. After enough time has passed, when your product or service has been fulfilled, this is when you can follow up with that customer to ask them about their experience and ask them for referrals. When you have a marketing automation platform in your business, you can trigger off an email or a series of emails automatically at this point. You could include an offer for a discount, deal, or a freebie they could get if they send you a new referral that turns into a customer. You can also send out a similar automated email at the right time, asking your past customers to leave a review for you. And so for any of these strategies to work well, your customers will need to have a good experience to begin with. Another thing is you'll want to make sure you have enough customers first before spending a lot of time on these strategies. Early on, focusing on generating enough sales is going to be the most important thing for you first. Once you start generating enough sales, these strategies have a network effect where they start to work better with the more customers that you have. At this point in the presentation, you should now understand how the real fortune in your business can come from your automated email follow-up. In this section, we're going to put it all together and we're going to map out what follow-up you'll add to your business using the Scale and Prosper follow-up framework and the worksheet you can download below this video. And so to summarize the main idea here, once you have one email in place, you can automate it and have that email repeat itself over and over again. Not only when it comes to converting leads, but across all the different areas of your business. This will allow you to multiply the efficiency of your business, which allows you to scale. Now, we're not going to try to do this all at once. We're just going to do this one step at a time. And so all I'm asking here is that you make a 2-hour time commitment each week to make sure this happens. We'll spend 1 hour writing some simple emails and 1 hour on another day to edit and add your emails to your email platform. Or you can delegate this if you want to. Over time, you'll have automated follow-up working for you across all the different areas of your business as we've discussed. So directly below this video, there should be a link or a button where you can download the worksheet to map out your follow-up. Go ahead, click it, enter your name and email, and then you'll get the worksheet instantly. With this worksheet, you'll be able to map out what you'll automate in your business using the Scale and Prosper follow-up framework that we just went over. On the worksheet, there's also a list of over 51 follow-up ideas that you can implement and use as inspiration. I was originally going to make this part of my paid program and only have this available to paid members. For now, you can download this for free. So go ahead and download this now while it's still available. It'll be really valuable for you. We're going to make this easy for you here. Once you've downloaded it, I want you to pick one area of your business that we're going to focus on after. Could be leads, sales, product fulfillment, customer experience, customer service, referrals, or anything else. When you have in one area picked out, you'll add one piece of follow-up or at least one automated email in that area. And so instead of trying to do a lot all at once here and getting overwhelmed and then having nothing done in the end, we're going to just try to automate one area and set up 1 to 3 emails for it. We're going to get that in place and finished before moving on to the next. And so if you think you need a big, complicated sequence with more than 5 emails, or it needs to have 20 emails or have all this logic to it, just start with getting 1 to 3 emails finished as a start. You can come back and add more emails to it later. Remember, having something done is going to be better than having none in place here. Once you have one automated sequence in place and finished, we're going to set a goal of adding one new automated series of follow-up emails once a week within your business. And each week, you'll fill out the worksheet, and this will give you a roadmap you can follow, along with 51 follow-up ideas that you can add over time. On top of this, after you request the worksheet, you'll get some automated email reminders, reminding you to move forward each week with your goal. And so if you want to get this implemented faster in your business and have somebody do all the work for you, we can do that for you. This is where we'll research, write, and implement the Scale and Prosper follow-up framework within your business for you. If you're interested in finding out more about that, there should be links somewhere below to visit our site. You'll be able to schedule a consultation directly with me, and we can talk about implementing that in your business, and discuss where you're at right now with your business. Now, there's one final piece of advice I wanted to share before I conclude this video. I wanted to share some advice on software you can use to automate sending out emails like I've shown you. And so certain email marketing platforms are going to be much better at automating emails when compared to others. Email platforms like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber, or similar ones like that were built out to send out email broadcasts or one-off email newsletters to email lists. They were not designed to automate different emails being sent out. They say they do, but it's really not that great. And so if you're serious about wanting to automate more in your business, like I've shown you, the best type of solution to use is what's referred to as a marketing automation platform. And so these are platforms like ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Drip, HubSpot, Keep, Klaviyo, GetResponse. There's a few others, and there's quite a few differences between all of these platforms. I'm not going to compare each of them individually or go into detail about the differences here. I will say my current personal favorite platform is ActiveCampaign right now. If you want to automate your business like I've shown you in this video, ActiveCampaign makes it really easy to do that. I also think it's the all-around best marketing automation platform for a majority of businesses out there, especially if you're just getting started with marketing automation or even if you're an established business. They have plans that start at $15 a month. The price will vary based on how many contacts you have on your email list. As with all platforms, my affiliate link is included directly below this video, where you can get started with ActiveCampaign and get a free 14-day trial. They can even help you switch from your existing platform for free if you're interested in switching to them. You don't even have to put down a credit card to get started. If you sign up through my affiliate link for ActiveCampaign, I have some pre-written email templates that I'll send you as an added bonus for signing up. Another favorite marketing automation platform of mine is Keep, formerly known as Infusionsoft. It's not quite for everyone. If you have any questions about which marketing automation platform you should use, just shoot me a message directly and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Email andrew@scaleandprosper.com. And so no matter what you're using, you can follow along with any other marketing automation platform. Whatever you're using, that's completely fine. The point is, I want you to get an actual result out of watching this video. You won't be able to do that if you don't have a marketing automation platform to use in your business. So if you haven't already, download the worksheet below, start filling that out, and take action by implementing at least one email after this video. And if you don't yet have software in your business that you can use to automate emails, go ahead and pause the video and sign up through my link for ActiveCampaign below and get started with ActiveCampaign. You don't have to put a credit card down. You can get started immediately so you can start automating emails like we've gone over. As I mentioned, if you sign up through my ActiveCampaign affiliate link, I have some pre-written email templates that I'll send you. These can be used throughout 3 different areas of the Scale and Prosper follow-up framework to help you get some emails implemented quickly. And so all you have to do is email support@scaleandprosper.com with the word templates in the subject line. Also, let me know the email address that you signed up with, and then we'll send you those templates right after. So this concludes this presentation. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, leave a comment below to let me know what you thought, and subscribe to get more videos just like this one here in the future. And lastly, if you have any friends or anyone you know who you think should watch this video, please share this with them and send this to them before you forget. Thanks for watching.